We good? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Muni Misfits in the Morning. My name's Chris Larson, head golf professional at Osgood. To my left, I've got, well, why don't you just introduce yourself, Matt?
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Cook, and I'm the Rose Creek. I'm the golf professional at Rose Creek Golf Course and Prairiewood Golf Course, where we are live today. Is from the Rose Creek Golf Shop.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely. Yeah. The majestic pro shop here. It's beautiful.
Certainly.
And then to my right, who do I got here? Who do I got here?
My name is Greg McCall. I'm the head golf professional at Edgewood and El Zagel on the fabulous north side of Fargo, North Dakota.
Fabulous.
All right. Well, this is our show every Friday morning. We come to you live from a different location. Hopefully it's at Fargo Parks Golf Course. However, we're going to be kind of like mixing it up around the area here. We're going to be going, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later, where the Misfits are going to be this weekend, right? So anyways, let's roll. What do you got today, Cookie?
Isn't this weird? This weather to begin this year. I mean, we went from cold. I wore layers like every single day up until like mid-June, it felt like. And then all of a sudden now we've kind of gotten the heat and the wind and everything else. I mean, I thought we were going to be outside today, but once again, it's blowing pretty good this morning. And it's kind of a crazy spring so far,
Totally. I mean, we can't figure it out. I mean, where are we going with the weather here?
Anyhow,
95 today. Right, and the wind's going to be blowing out of the south, and tomorrow it's going to be 72 and galing out of the northwest.
But yet it's busy. People want to play golf. I guess you have a choice. So
how's your tee sheet looking today?
It's nuts. Yeah, today, we start out with some general public right out of the chute, and then we're actually hosting the Minnesota PGA Boys Qualifier Day. So it's one of, I think, about 5 qualifiers for the larger event. And so we've got some great young kiddos, I think, ranging anywhere from probably about 13 to 17, somewhere in that area. And so they're teeing it up with tee times this morning from like 7:30 to about 10:30. And then general public after that. And it's really busy today and tomorrow. Hopefully the weather holds away until evening time, both Friday and Saturday night. And so, no, it's happening.
It's bustling out here.
It is.
Yeah, I pulled into the lot and it's like there's carts going everywhere. There's people checking in, people for their rounds, and I mean it's happening. So summer's on. Although, what did you just tell me? Days are getting shorter.
Not in my life.
5 seconds at a time. They're getting shorter. No, we had the summer solstice.
Yeah.
June 21st, last Tuesday. Not that I know that, not that I follow that, but I do know the days are getting shorter.
We got to do a kind of a cool thing out at Osgood these last 2 men's nights, because we do a front 9 league and a back 9 league. So on Wednesday, Thursday, we actually played all 12 holes. So that was kind of a treat for the guys out playing. A lot of guys, interestingly enough, people that have played Osgood quite a bit, they haven't played the 3-hole loop.
Sure.
So being able to, longest day of the year, let's stretch it out to 12 holes. And that was received very, very well. So it was fun to kind of throw that wrinkle in Men's Day. Yeah.
That is neat.
Yep. And then I'm, just to get it out there, stuff that's happening at Osgood, we've got Concordia today. It's the anniversary of the Title IX. So it's a bunch of college, it's the ladies golf event. And so they're celebrating. Pretty clever, 9 for 9. So we're playing 9 holes out at Osgood for Title IX. And that celebration kicks off at 11 o'clock shotgun today. So right as soon as we wrap this thing, I am going to be running on over there and we have 72 golfers out there today. So full boat. And pretty excited about that. So
that is cool.
What's happening out at Edgewood?
Just regular, again, it's bananas. Men's leagues, ladies leagues. We got a corporate event on Monday and Red River Valley Senior Tour on Wednesday. Other than that, it's just regular golf. And we're enjoying the summer. It's just started, and we hope we have another 90 days of this kind of stuff.
How many days?
90.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's before we get into our bits, let's talk about subscribe. Where's the button? Show me the button. There it is. Okay. if you haven't done so already and you're just viewing us on YouTube, you stumbled upon us on Facebook, go ahead, click the follow, like, subscribe. We need to get that viewer count up. So Spotify, by the way, I listened to us on Spotify just because I was curious. I followed it. Okay.
Yep.
Followed it on Spotify, and it sounded really good. So are you like who's our opener? Pace.
Do you guys have any guesses? Since you listen, do you have any guess?
I don't, but they're way more skilled on the mic than any of us.
It's
So
the Michelob Ultra guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So he did a nice little intro for us. So that's cool.
that is super neat.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was great. It's a nice option too. So if you just want to listen to us in the car and don't want to see our ugly mugs, go ahead and follow us on Spotify. So, and then also FargoGolf.net. There's still time to if you want to get a pass or get some information, go to the FargoGolf.net, and you can check out all of the 5 golf courses on the Fargo Parks.
Deer and headlights. That was awesome.
So I think we can probably start rolling in some of our bits, right? What do we got queued up so far, Pace?
We're doing leaderboard.
Leaderboard. Awesome. There's a lot going on as far as at the PGA, LPGA Champions Tour. We talked a little bit about this before. This is so weird. The Champions Tour right now, they've got the U.S. Senior Open Championship going on. And this is already their 3rd major. Yep. The KPMG is the Ladies PGA Championship is going on right now. I believe that might be their 3rd major already. The PGA has already completed their 3rd major, and we're not at the end of June yet. What's going on with this schedule? Do they have this right? Because I mean, it's like everything seems so tight. Which, I thought it originally was going to be cool. I'm like, oh wow, there's so much going on, a lot of golf to watch early. But now it's kind of like, it just gets so compressed. So it seems weird. But now I don't know if the major schedules are going to change at all. We can talk about some proposals that are coming down the line in a second. But do you think these golf bodies ever get together and say, hey, let's work out the schedule a little bit? Because it seems a little odd. Last night I got home about 10 o'clock, 10:30, flip on the TV. I'm like, I'm going to rewind, see what's going on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got the KPMG this week. Forgot about that. Oh, they got the U.S. Senior Open going on. So I'm going through these. I'm like, having 2 majors competing with a different tour seems a little odd, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've got 12 months.
Well, and
we work that out a little different.
Right. And we do it just within, the golf courses too. When you start looking at when you want to schedule something,
right.
You're like, well, we should stay away from that because we got the Pine de Palm, or we should stay away from that because there's these events going on. So, I mean, we do it within the area. You would think that these major bodies would end up figuring that out too.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems it's very, very compressed, and I'm going to get through the end of July and I'll be very depressed because there'll be nothing else really to watch. It's just, everything happens so fast. But anyway, getting into the Champions Tour, it's kind of cool. Mark Hensby and Jay Haas are tied right now after the opening round. Jay Haas, 68 years of age. All right.
That's incredible.
I know it's a senior tour, but he's playing against 50-year-old butt bellies.
That's incredible.
And so that is, I thought that's pretty impressive. Hopefully he can continue to play well. On the KPMG side, my goodness.
Are you seeing all of this research and data that this?
Oh, I tell you,
look at this.
I have more time between midnight and 4. It's like, and so In-Ji Chun shot 8 under yesterday, leading by 5 shots after the opening round. 5 shots after the opening round. This is the PGA Championship, all right? This isn't the Rose Creek Women's Open. 5 shots.
Do you have that?
No.
The Rose
but we're thinking about it. We can't fit it into the schedule because everything's so compressed right now. So that was impressive. And Amy Olsen, I think, opened with a 75 +3.
Okay.
Projected cut as of after day 1, I think, is +2. So she's got a little bit of work to do to kind of keep herself for the weekend. So hopefully Amy will play well this today. Today's Friday. And then, and then we've also got on the PGA Tour, the Travelers Championship is going on right now where everybody shoots nothing.
I know.
And unfortunately, Tom Hoagie shot 3 over. So that was not good for Tom.
How about the guy leading, by the way, right now?
Yeah.
What kind of run is he on?
Rory's Rory's
Huh?
pretty good. Got Rory and JT Paulson both at 62, and yeah, I think Rory's maybe just putting a statement on this. You guys go play live. I'm gonna clean up over here.
I mean, he's definitely cleaning up. He needs to put another major in that, in that trophy case. Because when was the last one he's won? I saw a stat on there. It was like
He looked like
shockingly.
he looked like he was 11. I know. I do remember that. I saw that.
It was. I mean, Tiger and Phil have both won a major championship. So
2014.
okay,
Wow.
yeah.
But then speaking of the tours, so PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan came out this week and proposed some big changes. All right.
Is this going to be on the 2-on-2 off, or are we on the leaderboard here?
We could
because the Monahan deal, holy.
Yeah, we could leave it on leaderboard. It's just big stuff.
Okay.
We got some other stuff on 2-on-2 off.
Okay,
we
good.
Could this be the miscellaneous cycle or the miscellaneous section? All right. So we just kind of improvise.
Yeah.
You're gonna be seeing a lot of that today on the Red River Championship.
Oh boy, are you ever.
So anyway, he makes these big announcements, and one of them, of course, was the money. We're adding, gosh, how many million did he say? It's
160 million.
160 million they're adding.
They just found it.
I was like, oh, there's a briefcase.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have a feeling some of these things were coming down the pipe.
Yep.
This just kind of speeded up the process. And so several of the tournaments are getting quite an enhanced purse, which, is great, for the players. That's awesome. And it'll maybe just slightly move the needle for those guys to stay here.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of beaten up the Live Golf Tour, but it's super interesting. I do find it fascinating. The part that I don't really get, obviously, is how do we find the briefcase of money, that 160 million? But I also don't get the reactionary motion for the PGA Tour to all of a sudden, like, they're almost just trying to do the same thing. It's like just a rebrand, right? Like. So it's kind of like saying, yeah, Liv did kind of figure it out. Like, why don't they do their own thing?
Well, and I think the PGA
something completely different.
In some ways, it seems like the PGA almost went a step backwards, not on the money,
100%
but in other
agree.
areas. Because now, on the schedule-wise, they are looking. The proposed change will be rather than the top 125 making to the FedEx Championship, they're going 70 now. 70 exemptions moving forward.
Really?
I think, and that's in 2 years, maybe that starts, or whatever, or maybe. So the whole schedule is going to change. I imagine players, especially the marquee players, current schedule, if you don't, the season starts like in September?
Yep.
All right. And it goes through the end
August.
August. Yeah. So it goes forever. And, most of those guys don't want to play then September, October, November, December. So then if they don't, I mean, it's a great opportunity for the Tom Hoagies and whoever else are kind of mid-line golfers. But if they don't, also they're going to find themselves, back there like 50th, 60th, 70th coming into January when they are going to start the schedule. So they are behind the 8 ball. So now they're proposing that we are going to go back to this January through like August type of a deal once again. They're going to take the top 70 people. They'll have automatic exemptions. So they're narrowing that down. And then from there, they'll end up having kind of a what we want to call it, like a money grab for those in the top 50 or 30. I can't remember what that was. It was top 50 to play 3 international events. And I think those are going to be a significant amount of money. So they're kind of looks like Live Tour once again. And everybody else is going to be competing in some sort of fall series to get their playing rights for the following year. So it seems like, once again, hey, we're worried about losing these marquee players. So let's do something that's going to satisfy these guys. And maybe that's the right thing to do, I guess. I feel a little bad for the common guy because now he's going to have a tough time once again.
So, and that's where I have the problem is that Live Golf Tour is not, they're getting the marquee players to just have to gain a name or a status, right? But where they're really kicking the PGA Tour's butt is when it comes to the farm system, I guess, so what are they doing to foster talent now, and people are going over to the Live Tour because they're like, I can make money. It's guaranteed 3 days, rather than try and, scrape it along on the development tours and things like that. And that's where the PGA Tour is going to have a tough time because there's no farm system, right? Because eventually, if this keeps going where it's going, guys are going to be lured to go over to the Live Tour. And those players that, I mean, that's what I would be most scared about from the PGA Tour standpoint, is losing the next batch of talent, So reactionary for the PGA Tour, what are you doing to try and keep those kids coming out of college that are going to be the next superstars? Or, how are you fanning that rather than seeing them walk over next door to go play on the Live Tour? I mean, quite honestly, it doesn't matter every big name player that goes over. Yeah, that maybe takes some butts out of the seats on the PGA Tour, but I think it's really going to hurt when you don't have the next batch of kids coming up playing.
And then golf was a little bit into what's the next big thing. I mean, who is the next big thing?
Mhm.
And again, Tiger Woods drove that bus for, almost 20 years, which is incredible. We need somebody to take over that next big thing. Who is that going to be, and where is he going to be playing? Is really the question that maybe I have. How can they continue to, like you guys said, foster the young guys? And I mean, we always say this: is it possible to have the next big thing? The fields are so deep now. Is it possible? Probably is. But the PGA Tour or Live or wherever they come from needs to have that next big thing, or else we're just going to be
right.
vanilla.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to change, right? Yep. And you just gotta go for it at times and be unapologetic for changing stuff. Obviously, the Live Golf Tours kind of live by that motto. And then with the Live Golf Tour, the format, everything is just. I mean, they did such a great job of just, and I'm going to give them kudos, right? Because it's a grand departure from what the PGA Tour is doing. The coverage is different, the format is different, and the vibe. I don't know. Did you guys see anything that was going on? And they are getting people to come to these events that have never been to a golf event.
At what price? How much are they paying now?
Yeah, but I mean, they've got the atmosphere where it's the anti-golf event. Where I'm going to give my wife is perfect example. She wouldn't be interested in going to a PGA Tour event, but if you showed her the Live Golf Tour and you showed the circus that comes to town, like we're going to see in Portland, right? Man, I think that you'd get a lot of anti-golfers there that be like, this is pretty cool, So I think in that regard, it's great for the sport too. So
it's still, it's still early, and so it'll be interesting to see how everything kind of shakes out. It'll be interesting to see, we've now had Bryson, we've had Brooks, Patrick Reed, Phil, Dustin. Honestly, a few of those guys, I don't know if are huge fan favorites. So when we're talking marquee players, I don't know if those are guys that are really getting me out of my seat to go watch it yet. So, and I understand there's that opportunity to bring in some of these young guys can be coming off college, maybe Korn Ferry, something like that. Probably not, once again, names that most people are going to recognize. It'll be interesting to see how that sustains. I guess they probably do have money coming out of trees there, so they're probably able to keep doing it. But at some point, if it doesn't really kind of get
now, if the PGA Tour would have if the PGA Tour just would have said, "Go play, we don't care," what would we still be having this conversation?
I think the fire is just going to kind of.
I kind of do. I kind of think that the reaction of the PGA Tour to just go in and say, you guys are done. You've resigned. You're going to be on indefinite suspension or whatever. Would we be having this conversation if they said, you know what? No, go ahead, chase the money, go do it. You still got full exemption on the PGA Tour. Would we be having this conversation right now? Would it be such a big deal?
Good question. I don't know the answer. It's hard though to let. What happens to sponsorships? What happens to the other things when you're just letting people go play? I don't know. Again, those people.
I would have. That's the point I would have done. Sure. I would have just been like, you know what? Go right ahead. PGA Tour is still the gold standard. You guys are going to come back and play in all these events when you need to. The Live Golf Tour is a limited series. It's not a big deal. and it doesn't have the validity. It just doesn't have the validity of the PGA Tour. And all of the players recognize it. They are simply going over there to play because it's a money grab. That's what it is. And you know what? If you're going to get paid, go get paid. But I think the PGA Tour needs to also just understand that they are a far better product.
I can't believe you're not wearing a live golf shirt right now.
Well, I'm an advocate,
but you're like all on board with it.
Well, I'm an advocate for just something that's different, right? And you know the sports washing part of it, we do it in it's going on all over the place. And you know, I filled up my truck with gas today, and you know, I'm pretty sure that. Anyways, not to get political on it, but you know what I mean. It's coming from everywhere. So it's just because it's this rival tour and they're playing this card. And anyways,
all the guys who left don't like to play golf. They've all said it. We want to play less golf. We don't really like golf, right?
I want to spend more time with my family. I want to have more time.
Which is actually comical. Right. That's actually comical.
Yeah.
That's incredibly comical. They're playing 15 events on the tour.
Right.
17 events. So let's see, 17 minus 50, that's 35 weeks to spend with your family. Apparently that's too much. We got to go to 12. I want 40 weeks. And I get it. I'm just, whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's get off the live tour.
Hey, come on now.
I'm kidding.
Pace, you think we can move on to 2 on, 2 off?
Two on.
Nice.
What do we got for 2 on, 2 off? What is in Cookie's cookbook over there? What do you got?
You know, something else that's kind of on fire besides the live tour.
Do you want to go back to the live golf tour?
No, I think we beat that horse to death.
We'll talk about it next week.
A PGA professional from Michigan, Andrew Rutowski.
I love that you get to say
Get some great names, man. I tell you what, I would love to be like the starter on some of these tours.
I just still remember you at the leaderboard at the Maris.
Oh yeah,
when you had all the Italian names that you had to pronounce.
Yes,
and I was like, oh boy, don't slip up on
that. That was rough. Yeah, no, if you're like, could end up, concrete.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
So anyway, Andrew Rutowski, he's out playing here just recently in Michigan, and he fires a 55. 55.
Is that good for 9?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, gosh, but that was on 18 holes.
That was on 18 holes.
Wow.
He is the only third person that I think has been recorded to do such a feat. And he's the first person to be able to do it on a par 72. So he was 17 under. His opening 9 was 11 under par. 55. That is nuts.
That's
bananas.
Yeah, you know, what are you thinking when you're like 6 or 7?
We know what we're thinking.
Yeah, well, there's no thoughts, right? Or all of the thoughts. So when you're 6 or 7 deep, this guy obviously has the switch in his brain that I lack, where it's like, how do I get it to go lower and lower and like my brain is get it into the clubhouse right now. I need to be done right now.
I make double.
Exactly.
I can still shoot under par.
Exactly. So holy cow. That's
he had 3 eagles and 3 birdies to open his first 6 holes, and then went par. It was kind of funny though, because he was playing
like video game golf, right?
Yeah. I think it was like his daughter or something like that was with him. She wasn't playing, I don't think, just riding with on a cart. And they had to have the cart back in. So they were playing, it was pretty late or later in the day. And so they had to have the cart back in the clubhouse by a certain time. So she had to run the cart in. So I'm sure worried about time. He calls his friend who lives on the golf course, who has a golf cart as well. So he comes on out there. He rides along then to watch the last 10, 11 holes so they can complete this by the end of darkness. And sure enough, into the wee hours of the night, 55 is recorded. And I think like I said, there was only 2 other guys to do that. And I think they're both on courses that were par 71. Ryan Gibson in 2012 and Alexander Hughes in 2020. And both those were on par 71s. And so
crazy.
This was at Oak Ridge Golf Club in Muskegon, Michigan. So that was quite an accomplishment as far as an on anyway.
When was the last time you shot?
55?
anything.
Every
On
day.
your 12-hole loop?
Every day I
Yeah,
shoot 55.
that's what I mean. Like 55 holes. I'm trying to think of like where my round is at like when I hit 55, even on a good round.
Yeah.
What hole are you on? Seriously.
I'm at the turn in the
Come on
the
now.
grill. No,
But like you're playing well. You're playing well. Where do you put that pace? What are you at about 55?
What, 14, 15 maybe?
That's, I mean, he's in the house. He's in the house, and you still got 4 holes left.
Mhm.
So
So many good players out there.
there are.
Yeah.
So many good players out there.
I think he's trying to qualify, or Monday qualify or something like that for, gosh, was it John
You should
Deere
be
or something
playing
like that?
You should be playing in everything right
Yeah.
now if you're shooting 55.
So they were kind of talking about, yeah, maybe he could be a favorite as far as for the Monday qualifier. But anyhow,
Yeah.
So,
What else we got for 2-on-2? You have printed material, Cookie. All
oh
right.
man, I tell you, I was grinding last
Like,
night.
this is
At 2:30, the thoughts
printed
really
stuff.
start coming into my head.
Like we
All
don't
right?
even need to be
We
here
want
right
those
now.
thoughts, actually, Matt. We want the 2:30 a.m.
It's all nightmares about work. We kind of talked about this briefly already. Red River Championship going
Red
on
River
today,
Ram. Yep.
and they are
RRAC.
televising this on WDAY the Extra. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is big, people.
Breaking.
Noon to 3. You're going to have coverage
Today, noon to 3.
You're
today,
in the
noon
booth,
to 3.
right?
And you've got some
I guess so.
amazing golf analysts, golf minds that'll be doing this
Golf
today.
Minds.
We've got
Fine
Greg
jobs.
McCullough and the legend Larry Murphy that'll be in the booth. They will be making the calls. They will be moving you through this beautiful production. And on course, they'll have a bunch of screwballs.
Yeah.
Chris Larson,
Guilty.
Jeff Kolpak, and myself.
Matt
It's,
Cook, David Schultz is with us.
David
today.
Schultz,
It'll be
yep.
great. We're excited about it. It's the 59th annual change of names.
Yep.
Is that about
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, it went through three different name
Okay.
changes. So we're at the KX, and then after the KX, then it went to the Black Ridge, and now Red River Ram. But started I don't know if it's 59 or not.
58 or 59.
Yeah.
That was in our production meeting.
But there's like 2 years that there was no tournament. Obviously, there was no tournament due to COVID, and there was also no tournament because of a flood.
Yep.
I believe in '69
Okay.
there was no tournament because of a flood. So, anyways, but yeah, longest running, without those two years, longest running golf tournament in our area. It's still going
Right.
on. So,
And the tournament's had some changes. It's evolved a little bit throughout the number of years, as far as number of holes played and whatever. Now it's going to a 3-day event with cuts. And tell me if I'm wrong. We've got some great tournaments in the region. We've got, well-known Pine to Palm, Birchmont, Resorters. I'm probably missing some other stuff that's pretty good. But this, as far as quality, man, you really got some amazing players that have been playing in this over the last several years.
If you look at past fields, you have PGA Tour players, many time PGA Tour players that come and play in this event. One of the exciting things that we're kind of excited about is they're having a ladies division, and I think that we would like, I know they would like to see that grow, and I think it will. And they actually have a pretty good field there, so ladies are going to get a little bit of TV coverage today.
Yep.
We're excited about it. Again, it's WDIY Extra today, noon to 3, tomorrow, noon to 4, and I think Sunday, noon to 5, or until they crown a champion.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun. I've never done anything like the walk around with the groups, and I mean, you guys got to do that last year. So, I'm kind of pumped to get all geeked out with all the headset, the mic, so.
Peter Costas?
I don't know what I am.
David
honestly.
Faraday? Or
Gary McCord?
I am what I am. Popeye. So I think that the cool part in that production meeting is when we threw out the idea of potentially finding ways to kind of work in with some of the groups too.
Yep.
If like not necessarily interject ourselves into play. But if it comes to that, no. But to actually just get some of that content that you're in with the caddies, and maybe you're catching a guy at the turn, and some of that content that I think that is we don't get a whole lot of, right? So like they do a little bit on the European tour, where you can actually talk to guys on the tour and get their feedback while they're playing. I wonder how that will play out on TV, like if people will be engaged in that type of content. I don't know.
I think I totally agree with you, right? We all hear names. We all hear the names that we see and the players that play well, but to actually maybe get to see their faces and actually converse with them as they go through and play, I think it just makes another connection for golfers to enjoy the game of golf.
Because golfers by their swing, golfers by their game, golf, but then when you actually hear them in a press conference and you hear that's how you connect with those people. So the more times we can, get those people engaged and actually hear who they are rather than just what they are, I think that'll be a neat deal. So yeah, I'm excited for the Red River Ram. Yesterday was fun. We got to shake it up at the 2-man. We had music blaring and the big screen was up. Jersey Mike's had subs out there, and it was just a really cool vibe, I mean, and the talent, the players are, I mean, it kind of felt like a collegiate event out there, seeing man, there was some young guns out there and the ball was flying yesterday. Man, so
and that had been a long day. So that was 18-hole 4-ball, or best balls a lot of people call around here, and then the shootout following, which was 6 holes.
So they had 13. So it's top 10 and ties get into the shootout, and so then I think they had 13 teams that made it to the shootout, and then you play 5 holes. So they basically dropped like 3 teams on every hole. They went 3. Anyways,
wow.
So really cool format.
And Jake Scarperud and
that's right.
Yeah, what you talk about that?
Well, no, so Jake Scarperud and Alex Scarperud end up winning, but even better than that, it was Jake, right? Yeah, on hole number 9 out at Moorhead Country Club in regulation, makes his first ace. Makes his first ace on hole number 9 to get them into the shootout.
Wow.
I mean, you want to talk about clutch?
Yeah.
I need an ace to get into the shootout. Done. Done.
Wow.
So, not quite a walk-off, but they ended up winning. So pretty much, I mean, that's amazing. So
that is cool.
They played a lot of good golf, and there's the whole Scarperud family was out there. And, I mean, there was 4 Scarps.
That's a bunch.
Hey, there was 4 Scarps in the shootout.
That's a bunch.
So yeah, they all play well.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, that's definitely those were our ons. Yeah. What do we got for offs?
Well, I want to take a step. I don't want to take a step back, but I'm going to take a step back. I want to play a game called Who Said That?
All right.
Okay.
Yep, we got it.
Do you have a graphic for that, or is he just?
Speaking of production meeting,
it's been pretty clear for a long time now that I'm with the PGA Tour. It's where I'm staying. I'm very happy. I think they do things the right way. People want to do business with. I'm happy to be here. And I really don't, and I really talk about it with many other players. They have asked a couple of questions, but I trust them. Who said that? And he's been saying it almost up to the last 2 weeks.
I'm going to go with, just because I could try, I'm going to say Koepka.
Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
That was the week of the Phoenix Open that quote came from. But he'd been saying up to the last couple of weeks, once again, with the PGA Tour.
Honestly, I think Brooksy is, I think he's just tired. Well, honestly, I think he's just tired of it. And so he was like, you know what, screw it. Yeah, I'm going to go. But yeah, what's your take?
That's a good one right there. Brooks is washed up. So yeah, let him go to live. I don't care. Dustin,
he doesn't like golf. Again, right?
Phil,
like I said earlier, all the guys that are playing don't like to play golf. They want to play less golf. They want to, again, I'm not going to be bad on them for making money, but we want to play less golf.
It's like Rory and some of them have been saying, though, it's like, how much money do you really need? But Brooks not going to make a boatload of money. And you already said his schedule he can set to whatever he wants. So I don't know. No respect in my camp.
Yeah.
No respect.
Well,
I understand where live might be great for a lot of players. It's a really good thing, but I really appreciate the guys. And gosh, Rory, don't do this now. But I really
Could you
appreciate
imagine?
guys like Rory, Justin
There's-
Thomas, Jordan Spieth.
Yep.
Those guys that are all about, I want to win majors. I want to set records. I want to beat legacies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's what it's about.
I don't want to
Yep.
keep lying in my pockets. And
It really comes down to if players are not allowed to get into majors, it won't matter.
Mhm.
If they are, then it will matter.
so anyway, that was just my off. I didn't want to take a step back and go down the whole live tour once again.
No, that's a
but-
rabbit hole, man.
But it was
That
just
thing
like,
keeps-
and I don't know. It'd be kind of fun to see some of the other players too. I don't know what. I didn't follow it close enough to see what Patrick Reed's stance was going into this, or Dustin for that matter, or any of the other quote unquote half a dozen marquee players that have jumped ship. But anyway, so that was one of them. Do you guys have any other offs?
I feel off right now. Yeah. So we just got, man, that was a long day yesterday. Playing golf. I was playing golf yesterday. So hard.
tired.
But man,
Do you have the crying emoji on
Yeah,
there or
can we do
something?
that?
Tell you what.
So yeah, I'm in off personally. But we got a rally today. We got lots of stuff going on. What do you got? You got any offs?
I don't have any offs, but I do have an on.
Okay.
We had some damage. We had some tree damage out at Edgewood. And even the trees at Edgewood fall on the path. They don't fall off the path. On
Nice.
the path. No,
That's respect.
yeah.
Such
Trees
respect.
have respect.
Well, and it was the leaves were on the path, the branches were on the path, the whole tree was on the path. Help our superintendents. This is a superintendent's plug, especially with the weather we've had. It's easy right now when it's 105 and blowing. If you take a look around, if you just literally look at where the traffic goes, you can see how hard it is on turf. So let's help our superintendents. Even
Yep.
though you don't like to do that, we want to help our superintendents.
Wow.
I like to give Eric. They do such a good job out here. Hopefully he's not listening.
He's right there.
Yeah. I like to give him just a little bit, of kind of some approval,
Well, the guy, there he is.
Positive.
Yeah, there he is.
Guys are
Positive
doing great.
reinforcement,
Really, the guys are doing
but
a
not
good
enough
job.
to get his head blown on up,
Yeah, I
So
don't
just
think
kind of
that-
keep him,
I
wanting a
don't
little
think
more.
that's going to happen with him. So we appreciate all the superintendents out there. You're working your cans off to try to make golf in good shape, and every course that we've been at, the golf courses have been really good. So
Absolutely.
kudos.
I got one more off. So
Oh, you got more stuff.
in our Fargo Park District, we have got our own Brooks Koepka.
We
I
do
am-
actually.
I am so disappointed. I heard the news this week
I love my
that
job.
we have a defector.
I love my
Mm.
job. I want to stay with my job.
I thought he loved us.
Wow.
We love him.
Yep.
And I hear the news that Pace of Play Meyer, our producer, who has been with us from the start.
Oh man,
This is his
our
baby.
humble beginnings.
This
Yeah.
is his baby. Has decided to chase the almighty dollar and go into another department.
Yes.
Yes, I cannot believe it. So, I was heartbroken. This morning when Pace came down, I had to meet him. I was on my knees, camera has it, pleading. I think I had $1.37 in my pocket. That wasn't enough. So anyway,
Where's
Pace-
Pace going?
Pace is
Pace?
going into Pace. Go
Where are you
ahead.
going?
I'm going to the events department, so I'm gonna run some events, and like I said, hopefully stay with you guys to the end of the golf season. Hopefully,
Okay.
not ditching, right away. So see this thing through. So yeah, exciting. But what's that?
So if we can start like a GoFundMe, to maybe,
Yeah.
Change your
Pace
mind.
up.
Pace
to
up.
keep
Would be
Pace
a
up.
plan? I think we should do that actually.
I
Will
tell
have
you,
sense.
Go fund Pace. Yeah.
well, I'm hoping we can keep you through the rest of the season. And of course, Brooks. I'm sorry, Pace.
I'll have to change my
We are
Twitter
excited
name.
for you. So anyway, that
Yep,
was
absolutely.
great. That was great news and sad news for us. But anyhow, so that was kind of my other somewhat.
Even
off.
though we didn't think we could get worse, we are going to get worse.
Oh my God.
Laura's going to have to step up her game, right?
People-
the graphics and everything else, the only thing that was
Right?
actually
Oh,
getting a
there'll
few
be nothing.
viewers.
It'll do that blank screen.
We'll have paper subscribe.
Like that, you mean?
We're just write down names for people to subscribe. The other thing is we got to keep an eye on that viewer count because we might be losing people now.
Good point. Face is gone.
Unsubscribing.
Yeah. They're right now Googling events, Fargo Partnership events.
Oh man. Well, hey, what else do we got today?
I'm done. This was 4 o'clock and then I had to come to work.
You did so good. And that's awesome. Well, again, hey, if you haven't done so already, please fargogolf.net. Check out all of the golf courses. Pace, you going to throw me up that
giveaway?
Oh, big giveaway.
Yep.
And it's drum roll. Do we have okay? Hey, the 100th. What are we calling this? The 100th subscriber
Giveaway.
lottery.
Yeah.
Because it was a lottery, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone kind of went into a hat, and then we drew a name. So the winner of the golf package, which has like something from all of the golf courses.
The golf courses. Yep.
Okay.
You can pick it up on Wednesday at 8 a.m.
Pick it up Wednesday 8 a.m. at the depot. All right.
701 Main Avenue.
Yep.
There it is.
Fargo.
Luke Olson. Way to go, buddy. Well, golf clap, huh?
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah. There's even a phone ringing in the background.
Tip your hat.
Yeah. Hey, Luke, you got a sweet new Osgood, Rose Creek, Edgewood package waiting for you. So thanks for subscribing. Thank you to all of the subscribers and followers of the show. That being said, we don't have a show next week, guys. We're taking that week off.
Well, we're really going to take it off. We're not having the show, but we'll be here.
Yeah, exactly. So
4th of July, Monday. Happy 4th of July. Be careful out there.
5 fingers or 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Yeah, they got to show up this way next week.
Had a great weekend, guys.
So,
all right. Hey, and then if you haven't done so already, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, listen to us, and follow us on Spotify. This is the Muni Misfits in the morning. My name's Chris Larson with Osgood, Matt Cook, head golf professional at Rose Creek Prairiewood, and Greg McCullough. You can catch us all on the broadcast at the Red River Am. So, gosh, we're just everywhere, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you